Hi everyone, today we will be adding variance analysis for the income statement. We will be doing variance analysis for the previous selected month. We already have current month measure, here it is, and this is the measure for the previous selected month profit and loss statement. Our variance measure will consist of three parts. First part is variance in dollars, second part will be variance in percentages, and third part I want to add upper arrow or down arrow depending on whether we are below or above previous month value.
Here, we're building a customized profit and loss statement, where we're able to slice the data by country/profit center, product. We can also switch on and off different types of costs from the income statement and see how the business performs with or without this or that type of costs. We will also be able to see the income statement by segment. All tutorial links you will be able to find in the description of this video. If you find these short tutorials valuable, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Let's start with the essence of the measure that we will be writing shortly. It will contain several conditions. First condition is we have to determine specific income statement line to link specific revenues or expenses measures to the right income statement line. We have a simple table in Excel. Here are these lines, and here is the same table with income statement structure in Power BI. So first condition is income statement line number. Second condition is whether we are below or above previous selected month value for this specific income statement line. Depending on that condition, we will be adding different arrows. Upper arrow if we are above previous selected month value, and down arrow if we are below previous selected month value. For these arrows, we will be adding Unicode symbols. Upper arrow will be Unicode 129093. For down arrow, we will be using Unicode 129095. Here, there is a huge collection of Unicode symbols. The link I will be giving in the description of this video. So let's proceed to the measure itself. Its name will be variance. Starting with first income statement line, revenues totals. If selected value of an income statement structure table equals to 1 and revenues totals for the current month are higher than the revenues totals for the previous selected month, then we're placing upper arrow with this Unicode symbol, adding a space. Then we're placing the difference between revenues totals for the current month and revenues totals for the previous selected month, wrapping this difference inside formatting function. At this time, we need dollar format. Then we're adding the left bracket with a space that will be detaching variance in dollars from variance in percentages. Moving to variance in percentages, that will be revenues totals for the current selected month minus revenues totals for the previous selected month divided by the revenues totals for the previous selected month. Also wrapping this measure inside formatting function, but in this case we will be using percentage format. That was the first condition, when variance is positive. Moving to the opposite scenario, when variance is negative. Let's copy the previous condition, exchanging the sign here, changing the Unicode symbol for the down arrow, also changing a bit formatting to remove plus sign. Now let's press enter and add this measure to our income statement. The measure is not ready yet, but I just want to show you all simple small steps of how the whole big picture will be appearing on your eyes. So now, we will be moving income statement structure line by line, exchanging the measures. We have 28 income statement lines. For each line, we have two scenarios. Variance for the revenues Canada. Variance for the revenues France. Variance for the revenues Germany. Variance for the revenues Mexico. Variance for the revenues United States. Moving to the cost of goods sold. Variance for the cost of goods sold totals. Variance for the cost of goods sold Canada. Variance for the cost of goods sold France. Variance for the cost of goods sold Germany. Variance for the cost of goods sold Mexico. Variance for the cost of goods sold United States. Moving to gross margin in dollars. Variance for the gross margin in dollars. Gross margin in percentages variance. Variance for the payroll totals. Variance for the payroll Canada. Variance for the payroll France. Variance for the payroll Germany. Variance for the payroll Mexico. Variance for the payroll United States. Moving to fixed costs. Variance for the fixed cost totals. Variance for the fixed cost Canada. Variance for the fixed cost France. Variance for the fixed cost Germany. Variance for the fixed cost Mexico. Variance for the fixed cost United States. Now it's time for the EBITDA in dollars. Variance for the EBITDA in percentages. We just need to adjust the measure for the first month. That will be the topic of our next tutorial. All tutorial links you will be able to find in the description of this video. If you find these short tutorials valuable, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.